banking is defined, understood in many ways.
As the discussion takes place, we will post more.
You see, banking has been told in different ways by different people. But then we have to understand one thing, how banking functions at all. Most of the things are driven by the economy, by the government, by the finance ministry who is the owner, and it goes on according to that. Now simply telling, when the government wanted telecommunications to be encouraged and when telecommunications were able to make a lot of profit, they used to charge 6 rupees per call. Today you don't pay any amount for any call. Now you think what will happen to a bank which has financed at that level of operations, where it expected these industries to make a lot of profit. Finally what happens, Jio comes in, and you know what is happening to the telecom industry. Now if you go by the budget of 2018-19, which has been presented to the parliament and to the country, the government has again emphasized on certain areas which it feels has to be encouraged. Now how these areas can be encouraged, who will encourage, how it is encouraged, you have to look into that. Now for example, if air transportation has to improve and if the government is going to give the priority for that air transportation, then you have to finance for Kingfisher also, and you will find Mr. Vijay Mallya in London. Now this is a situation, peculiar situation. You have to please analyze, understand. Now coming to the role of the banker as such who is sitting in the counter, he is there only to carry on whatever is asked to be done by him. If the government says you have to lend 40% of your total deposits towards the priority sector, out of which again 25% should go to the agriculture, it has to go. You have no other choice. Does the officer sitting in the counter has any choice? He cannot, he has no choice. Now if the same officer is asked to take care of rural industrialization, which is one of the favorite subjects which is being talked today. Tomorrow if industries have to be opened in the rural areas, yes, we are there to support, and you give us the norm, we do it. Today you will find that we are supposed to give credit in 59 minutes. We are supposed to give credit without any collateral security. There were days when bank used to lend with 110% of collateral security. Today we are lending to the areas where the bank finance is required for the sake of the country's development at zero security, zero collateral security. Now this is a very risky proposition. As far as banking is concerned, it is a very risky proposition. Now what interest that entrepreneur will have if his share is not involved in it? What has happened to the well-established banking system of having a margin? Why these have all undergone changes? Should this be done? And if it has to be stopped, can it be really be stopped? My question, the moderator has made it very, very easy. He said, what is the role of the officer as far as banking is concerned, or how you take care of the banking sitting in the counter? Here, I can tell you that if all the schemes of the government are successful across the country today, and today India has a very great name in the entire world, it is because of the officers and employees who work in the banks. If you take that opening of zero balance account, which we have called as Jan Dhan accounts, and which our Honorable Prime Minister has always been telling that it is the highest in the entire world, it has already entered the Guinness Book of World Records. You know who are the people who have opened the accounts. Now if somebody says that the demonetization is 100% successful, the results of which is again something which we have to discuss separately. We are not doing that. The job is to collect back the money, that is the old currency notes, and give new currency notes is concerned. 99% of the old currency notes of rupees 500 and 1000 which was in circulation has been collected back by the bankers across this country, means that the role of the officer and employees was to be recognized, accepted. It was done also by the government. Now today, if the government wants the mudra loans to be given, you know what mudra loans are, and the Honorable Prime Minister has been now claiming that it is one of the successful schemes of the present government. Again, it is the bankers and it is again the employees and officers who respond to it. Any policy of the government, whether it is debt waiver, whether it is some other relief, or you tell anything, it is only because of the officers and employees who are committed, who work committedly day in and day out, forgetting sometimes their lunch hours, sometimes they forget sleep, sometimes they forget the festivals, sometimes they forget the holidays, but they are always in the forefront to take care of the Indian economy, take care of the needs of the people who are living in this country. Thank you very much, and if need arises, I will talk a little. But to add one particular issue of which is there today, what banking will be in 2030, that is the thing there. Our respected Chief General Manager sir has already said that it will be only digitalized one. But I would like to tell only one thing, that the banking will be embedded in each one of you, whether you go to the bank or not. You may not visit the bank, but all of you would be requiring the banking services in 2030 also, and we are there to meet your needs according to your requirements at 2030 also, and see that your banking needs are taken care of by us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. P. Subramanian, for your insightful speech on the participation of the officers of State Bank of India or all the banks in implementing the major policies of the government. And also he outlined the compulsion of the policy restrictions that is placed in order to run the bank more profitably. Next I call upon Sri Soumya Datta for his opening remarks on what he sees as a futuristic SBI and what are the challenges, how do SBI
I think CGM
yeah,
sir will
of
be
course,
the best person.
yeah. So you can give your opening remarks.